Hello Gemini, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting July 10th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all you Gemini people, the Tarot Home Study course is now available for download and purchase at my website, integrativemysticism.com. And for those of you who may have been having trouble with, we have this battle of the brands thing going on when it comes to computers and operating systems. I've actually replaced everything. I've sent emails out to a lot of people for alternatives to depending on what kind of operating system you have. And so those are all out there. Had to do a few tech support checkups, with everyone. So, but that is all out there and will be working for you. And I would definitely just look at the most recent one. Honestly, you can just kind of ignore the rest. So what, that's just all there. That's all there, And I've also got a frequently asked questions page up. So thank you everyone for going through this with me. And God bless you, all you tech support people out there and all you IT people out there. Good Lord. So, if you want to get that again, you can do so at my website, integrativemysticism.com. But let's have a look here and see what's going on with your astrology this week. So Gemini, this week we've got an interesting angle on Monday. We've got the Sun currently moving through your earned income sector, forming an opposition to Pluto, currently retrograde in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, and your self-employment monies. And when the Sun makes an opposition to Pluto, we see a bit of a Sophie's choice, and there may be some kind of problem going on here when it relates to continuing on a path you are on versus, some kind of maybe a past opportunity for maybe a loan, some venture capital, or possibly a way to increase your supplemental income. But what's happening at work, what's happening in your finances is just not making it work. And you're going to have to choose between one or the other. My personal advice in this situation is stick with the Sun and make sure that, again, if this is a situation where we are being tempted to kind of gamble a little bit, this is not the week to be doing it. It may actually come up as a bit of a tease. Pluto retrograde is bringing back an opportunity that we would have loved to have months ago, but we can't do it again right now. So be careful this week when it comes to how you're handling this energy. However, with the Sun opposite Pluto retrograde, this opportunity, again, will come back around in the right time in the right space, most likely after Pluto goes direct in September, so you don't need to rush it right now. On Friday, we do have Mercury, planet of communications, haste and speed, in your 3rd house of pacts, promises, and commitments, forming a gorgeous connection to Jupiter, currently in your 5th house of love and romance and your relationships with your children. And it looks to me like we are getting some kind of big opportunity off the ground for either you, your child, or even, again, your lover. This may be actually something that is going to be made official or signed up in a way that really does give you a huge relief, whether it's everyone was trying to get on board with a trip, maybe getting a child into the ideal school or college, or possibly even some kind of financial plan that you and a crush or you and a partner were trying to get underway, such as a lease or a major purchase. And we finally actually have all of this starting to crystallize at the end of the week. And this may have been something we've been butting heads about for ages. This can also be a wonderful opportunity for a lot of you who are currently looking for love to find love, but you're going to want to extend your commute bubble a little bit. Be willing to drive or commute an extra 15-20 minutes and you may find somebody who's worthwhile. So what's going on with your cards this week? For your spiritual advice, we've got the card of the Weaver upright. When it comes to the Weaver, we want to pay attention to where fate may be stepping in. Now, you know me, I'm not a determinist, and I don't see the point in being an astrologer or a card reader if you are a determinist. It's all about learning how to navigate these things well and have your free will work at its most optimum. But the Weaver card does indicate that a lot of external forces that could be considered fate or destiny will be a lot stronger this week. And it does talk a little bit more about that tide working more in your favor than against you. Now, the thing about the Weaver card, though, is talking about paying attention to when something is being denied to you, you may actually be dodging a bullet. The Weaver card can say that you're going to be put in a lot of the right places and a lot of the right times, and you may want to check your ego at the door, because what is more important is what is going to work, not what you want. And you may find you can have both if you take a chance on what works. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Knight of Cups reversed. Looks like this week there may be a bit of an issue going on with an aspect of work or an aspect of a job, or a financial situation playing on our insecurities, and we want to make sure that we don't act on those insecurities. whether they're insecurities about financial health in general, or possibly status at work. The Knight of Cups reversed does bring us an opportunity to, I guess you could say, sell our souls to the devil, so to speak. And we don't want to actually do that. The Knight of Cups reversed can often indicate somebody who may be trying to win you over with a lot of promises they cannot keep, or possibly somebody who is acting in a way that is more about their personal interest and even their own insecurities. Whether this be a boss, or a coworker, or a client, don't let yourself be guilt-tripped or bribed this week, because those energies may be abundant. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Three of Wands upright. And again, we've got something launching right away, something picking up speed, and perhaps somebody passing the baton, or picking up the baton you've been trying to pass to them for ages. And the Three of Wands can often indicate immediate feedback or immediate results when it comes to initiatives that you are putting out there. If you are sending out letters, emails, phone calls, anything along those lines, you can actually expect faster responses, faster conversations going on this week. So you need to be able to stay on that ball as well. Remember, Mercury is in your third house of communications, so if you do need to, to kind of put that initiative forward, it's really going to be like, it's gonna hit the ground running. So if you're trying to put things out there tentatively and take things slow, maybe you want to hold some of that information back. If you do need it to go fast and you need people to take it and run with it, this is the kind of thing you want to see. Usually with this card as well, we do see something being delivered to us or returned to us from a friend or a relative who has been handling it for us, and they may actually have completed the task or the quest you've set them out on. For your challenge this week with fire, we've got the Queen of Swords upright. Now Gemini, I have a feeling this is actually you, the air sign. Because your challenge this week when the Queen of Swords is upright is not necessarily being terrible. This isn't actually a bad person. This isn't actually a bad archetype. But I think that this week there's a lot playing on your emotions to the point where you might not even know you're being blackmailed, or at least guilt-tripped. And the Queen of Swords is saying your challenge this week is to hold everyone to equal standards and get away from, I guess you could say relationship-based ethics. Sometimes we do have a tendency to let people play on our soft spots. Well, I want to give this person a little bit more leverage than this person because they've had a hard time, or this person did this, or I feel bad for this person, or I'm dating this person, or this is my friend and she did blah. And the Queen of Swords is somebody who does not carry cognitive or relationship biases when she is actually, again, getting down to brass tacks. And this week you may actually have a need to pay attention to where you should not be letting people try and play on those sympathies with you. It's one thing to do it because it actually matters, in the situation that actually matters, I mean to say. But if somebody knows they can do it, it may just be manipulation. We have a very polar week, honestly, because now we've got a great card again for your emotions with water. We've got the Ace of Cups upright. We have a new opening, a new opportunity, or a new beginning in love showing up for a lot of you Gemini people. In fact, the Ace of Cups upright can indicate somebody is actually going out of their way to make sure that they know, that you know that they love you and that you are their intended, whether it's a romantic partner deciding to, to amp the romance, get a little bit more emotional, but in that very sentimental, very generous kind of way, or possibly somebody working up the nerve to actually, make some kind of display or overture in your honor, or in your direction. The Ace of Cups often does show up as an opportunity to either A, meet somebody new, or to finally have somebody work up the nerve to do something like that. And this week you may actually find that those conversations are happening, quite frequently, and they may actually go on for a long time, so keep an open mind. This may be out of character for somebody that you know, or somebody that you are seeing, but it may actually be the change you want to see in this person as well. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it, Gemini. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.